Good day. I'm going to be demonstrating how to use the VAST.js simulator and visualizer. So just as a quick recap, what is the simulator? Okay, the simulator is a controller that interprets an instruction script to instantiate and control instances of VAST clients and matchers on the local machine. Right? Now the simulator records events and the debug logs of all of the clients and matches as text files that can then be interpreted by the visualizer so that we have a nice debug tool where we can look at the events that occurred in a step-by-step fashion. Now, the simulator runs off of script files that look like this one. We've defined these instructions, and I strongly recommend that you just read through these definitions at the top of the file at the top of this example script. And if we quickly go through what this example script does is the first thing we do is we start a gateway, then we start two other matches. We then start a few clients and each client subscribes to an area. The third client subscribes to an area on a different channel just to demonstrate how the channels work. And we publish a few messages. Now, at the end of the simulation, it's important that you call this end instruction so that the simulation doesn't run indefinitely. So yes, to actually run the simulator, in the terminal, we navigate to the simulator folder within the VAST.js directory. And as a node process, we run the simulator.js with an input argument being the script that we wanted to interpret. Now the example script is in the same folder, so it's simply example script.txt, and then we run the simulation. Now when the simulation is finished, you'll see that this logs and events folder has appeared here. Now this is where the results of the simulation is recorded. Now, if we open the visualizer, I'm just running it as a debug window here, but you can just open it as a normal HTML file. We select the correct events folder, events file, and we select the log files that we're interested in. Now, on the bottom left here, you'll see the time step duration. So this is the amount of milliseconds between each step that you want to show. So if we do it in 10 millisecond steps, you'll see that it's a lot slower. And we can also just play through the simulation. Now these green circles are subscriptions and red circles are publications. And each publication is rendered for this publication rendering lifespan. Sorry, let me just speed this up a bit because this is going to take a while. Okay, so here we can see that we now have 3 active subscriptions. C1 has a subscription there, C2 has a subscription here, and C3 has this massive subscription over there. So C1 just published in this tiny circle here. So we expect that only C1 and C3 received this message, which if we load the client log and step forward, we will see that C1, Wait, let's backstep a bit. C1 published, C1 received, and C3 received this message. Brilliant. Now, if we step forward again, we see that C2 published, and all 3 clients received the message as they should. And if we step forward again, we see that C3 published over here, and only C2 and C3 should receive this, which they do. Now, this publication that C2 just did is on a different channel that only C3 is subscribed to, and that's why only C3 received that message. And that's the end of the simulation. If there are any questions, please feel free to contact me. But I hope that this gives some insight to how everything works. Thanks.